Hello, Aries. Here's your reading for the week of February 19th through about the 25th. These are general. Take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work. And if you stumble upon this reading at a later date, there may be something in it for you. But let's see what the cards have to say. In your recent past, you have the Queen of Pentacles. In your current energy, you have the World. In your near future, you have the Three of Pentacles. Your challenge for the week is the Four of Cups reversed, and what is recommended for you is the Wheel of Fortune. The Queen of Pentacles indicates that you were really using all your resources effectively. She's very practical. She's very resourceful. Like, she's able to create something almost out of nothing with just random stuff that she has. Like, she's so able and she's so capable of maintaining a certain level of wealth. She's a hard worker, but she's also just she knows how to make things spread and kind of how to preserve things so they last longer as well. So I feel like you were having to be very resourceful with certain aspects of your life. You were having to kind of nurture them in a way, but help them kind of either stay around longer or help them go as long as possible. But she indicates work as well. So you might be the one kind of holding it down in the family, or you were working very hard towards some type of goal that's going to help you and your family situation. Or you were just having to be very aware and try things in different ways that were not like frivolous. You were having to be very, very resourceful. Now, the World indicates that you've completed something. This is about kind of ending a cycle. And then once the cycle ends, you are on a new journey. So this is an excellent card. It seems like you completed something. So for some of you, this might have been some type of like education or course or learning, or this could have been like maybe you were working towards getting a better job and you've gotten the better job. But so something is now coming to an end. You have like some success with something, and you completed this cycle. But what's coming in for you is the Three of Pentacles. And this is all about teamwork in a sense. It's all about kind of working very well, collaborating with others, having a very beneficial team. Each one has a certain skill set, and together you're able to create something much greater than you were prior. So that's excellent. But your challenge for the week with this Four of Cups in reverse, you don't want to get stuck in this kind of misery phase or this apathy or this boredom. The Four of Cups represents like opportunities being presented, but you're not really satisfied with any of them. None of them really look fantastic or the way that you thought they should come in and look. But when it's in reverse, it's about like kind of being stuck longer than you need, and maybe really not seeing a good opportunity. So you need to kind of not get stuck in this like cycle of just really not being satisfied with anything, because there might be something that's actually really good kind of going on, but you're just not really excited about it either. But it may actually be something you've been waiting for, or something that can lead you to what you really want in life, but you're just really, you're just miserable. You're just not having it. So you just have to avoid that kind of energy. And this is connected to your emotions. So it's more of like an emotional level of just really not being satisfied no matter what, almost. Now, but what's recommended for you is the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune to me is saying you just have to take a chance. I feel like you never really know how things go on. And I feel like this is really with your challenge, because when you're not really sure about something, you might want to wait. And I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is being like, just do it. Just give it a try. If it doesn't work out, well, you know, it doesn't work out. Do something different. But I feel like this also could be indicating that whatever this is, it's leading you into a better phase of your life or something that's going to suit you better. But the Wheel of Fortune, because it's kind of that risk card in a way, like sometimes you have luck, sometimes you don't have luck, but it's always reminding you that your bad luck won't last forever. Your good luck won't last forever. So it's always like telling you take the opportunities and kind of go with the flow a little bit, because sometimes even if things aren't going right, that's an opportunity for us to figure out how to streamline something or how to do something different. And then sometimes when things are just like a disaster, you do it a different way because you have to do it a different way. And then actually that way was much better than the way that you were doing it before. So, but you would have never known that unless you went through that hardship and having to be forced to actually try something, come out of left field with something. So the Wheel of Fortune, I think, is here saying that although, you know, things may be good, they may not be good, just continue to take a chance and take a risk and play the game in a way. So I think whatever this is, I think I think it's going to be really good for you in the long run, but you just need to keep at it. Good or bad, you need to keep at it. Because I definitely think like you've actually leveled up in a sense, because the world, I kind of really feel like, you know, because she's gone through all the cycles, and I feel like you're kind of leveled up, and then what's coming in for you is maybe a better way to do something with other people, or a more efficient way. Now, this could indicate that you could be either implementing, let's say if this is a work thing or a business thing, or even school, whatever it is, it could be like this Three of Pentacles could be, you might be finding, they don't always have to be people. It could just be other resources that are actually helping you be more effective and efficient. Like, let's say programs, you know, there could be better time management techniques, you know, so this doesn't have to necessarily be collaborating with somebody else, because you could be collaborating with your computer and to be more effective and efficient. So, but it even could indicate that maybe you have friends, family that are in your corner and want to help you and are willing to kind of get on board with whatever this represents for you. But I think that's really, really good. But just, you have to just watch not being in this misery feeling, you know. But sometimes I know with myself, like when things are not going right for a long time, it's hard to shift out of this, because it's like almost like you're expecting the bad in everything. You're expecting everything to be miserable. So it's very hard to shift out of that sometimes, but that's your challenge, is to start kind of shifting out of that. Okay, let's see what other cards we get for you. Okay, first up, we have Badger Spirit. Be fearless and bold. And I think this is trying to tell you to get out of your comfort zone. And it goes with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is about taking risks and kind of being fearless. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, I really like her, but she's not, when I try to envision these people as people, the cards as people, and I try to really, in my mind, I have like, okay, well, what would this person be like? And I see her as not really being a risk taker. She's very practical, but she's not the type that's going to risk it all. Like the Queen of Wands is more of that kind of energy. Even the Queen of Swords, I think if she was analyzing something deeply and she really felt she had extremely high odds with something, I think the Queen of Swords would be more of a risk taker than the Queen of Pentacle. The Queen of Wands is not even going to think, you know, she's just going for it. She's just like, it's the hell with it. We're trying it out here. But the Queen of Pentacles, out of all of them, is what I would say is the least riskiest one. So you might have, this could also be indicating that you came off of a period where you had to be practical. There was no risks. You had to just kind of stay within a very specified comfort zone for whatever reason that was. But it was not a time of really being able to kind of step outside the box or kind of really implement or go crazy on something. But I think the world, you're ending something. So I feel like you've come to some kind of cycle. And I think with the Wheel of Fortune here, this is telling you to go take a risk. So I think be bold and fearless, or be fearless and bold, is saying like, you got to take a risk. You got to kind of try something sometimes and see how it goes. But within the risk, you want it to be a calculated risk, and you don't have to go all in on something. You could kind of be like, okay, well, let me see how this works for a week. If it looks like it's okay, if it looks like it's going well, if nothing exploded or burned down, you know, let's try it again. So see how that is for you. And then Black Kyanite, set strong boundaries. And I really feel like this is you having to set those boundaries with yourself, because with this Four of Cups in reverse, this is about not feeling like, not being happy with anything, like, but really, really deeply not being satisfied with anything. And I feel like you have to shift out of that mindset. And that's hard. It's very, very hard, especially if you've gone through it a little bit and you're just worn out, you're battered, you're withered, you're worn. It's hard to shift out of that mindset sometimes. But I think this is saying that you need to set those boundaries with yourself, that you have to kind of be more positive. You have to know that, sometimes good things happen, sometimes bad things happen, but you're in this game of life, and at the end you kind of want to win. I mean, we all die at the end, so we all kind of lose eventually, but you kind of want to win as much as you can before, the day comes. So, okay, so twin flames, yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. And I think that's going with this Three of Pentacles here. I feel like whatever this represents for you, because the world to me, it's a completion. So you might be in the process of right now, there's some big achievement or completion, or you're starting something new. Like it could be anything. It doesn't need to be something so momentous either. It's not something that you may even be getting recognition. It could be even internal. Like you were doing something one kind of way and then you realize, you know what, I'm going to totally shift gears and I'm moving in a new direction. And then that would be you completing the one type of thing that you were doing the whole time. And now you're ready to start on the new journey as the Fool from zero, from square one, and try to go through it within this new direction. So it doesn't have to be anything kind of so momentous or exceptional, but it's something that you're completing within yourself. And it could be anything. But I think this balance, I feel like with this, even the balance could be going with the Four of Cups here. You might have to be balancing your emotions out so you're not feeling so like unsatisfied all the time. You might have to be aware of that, and that's where the set strong boundaries will come in. But I feel like even with this balance could be the Three of Pentacles. It could be something that you're doing going forward, you're implementing. You could be getting help from other people. You could be working with other people. Like I said, sometimes I feel like the programs and the technology we have today that makes our lives much better. I think you need to find some more balance, but I think whatever's coming in for you might be some type of help in whatever form that might be to help you streamline or help you achieve your longer goals. So I think that's excellent. So an axe, breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. And I feel like this axe is really going here with this Four of Cups. Like you need to watch this. You need to stop feeling that things are not going to go well. And even if something is going well, it's just a matter of time before it goes to hell. So you need to stop that. I think you need to really stop that. And like the Wheel of Fortune, sometimes things go well, sometimes they don't. But if they don't constantly be seeing the negative in everything. Like you need to kind of just know that, it's a crapshoot sometimes, and you just gotta be in it to win it in a way. So, and I think the world could even indicate that you're moving into another phase. Like obviously the world indicates that, but you might be deciding that you're breaking up or separating with something and you're moving forward, and that's what you're giving something the axe because you're on a new journey now. Now this could represent a relationship, but it's whatever it represents for you. When I'm saying this stuff, if something's popping into your mind, that's what it's talking about, because we're all different. So I'm not going to sit here and like, oh, you're a new person. No, it's whatever. It could be job, it could be a project, passion project. You could be redoing anything in your house. You could be helping the neighbor redo something in his house. It could be any kind of aspect within your life this could relate to. So you just take it how it works for you. And the snake, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. And I wonder if some of you is with this Four of Cups, this kind of not being satisfied. I wonder if some of you feel like that, because I kind of feel like that whatever you're kind of going to be doing or you're getting involved in, it's pretty, I want to say it's life-changing. I just really feel like with the world here and even the Wheel of Fortune, I kind of think it could potentially be life-changing. And even the Queen of Pentacles, I really like her. She's worked very hard for what she has, and to me, she's mastered her environment in a sense. Like, of all the queens, she's the most effective of running her environment or her household or her life. Like, to me, she's kind of mastered a certain level of that. Like, she doesn't need anybody, she's capable of doing it on her own. So I really like her. And the world, to me, just you ending something, starting something new, that's a level of mastery as well. But the Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of like it could also represent destiny. So this could be something really, really big as well. So I think, I wonder if maybe somebody in your life is a little jealous, or you suspect somebody's being a little jealous, but don't let that get in your head. Like, you could even, that's what the set strong boundaries could be here too. But don't worry about that. Don't worry if you think you're going to get pushback, because, whatever. But it could also be clever. You might be going even into something that's a little competitive, because we have competition here. And you might have to come at it a different way, and you might be taking chances. So you don't know if it's going to work or not, but you just have to roll the dice and take the chance and see how it goes. So I think that could be like, you might actually be coming with some type of competition to other people as well. And reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life. You know what? Sometimes when like we gain a little bit of success, or we look like we're doing kind of well, people kind of come out the woodwork. But this could also mean that maybe someone in the past with the Three of Pentacles that you once had a very good relationship or a good rapport with, they might be reaching out, or you might be reaching out to them. So this could be a good thing, just depending on the situation. But watch out, because we do have the snake here. You'll know for yourself if it's a good thing that this person's reaching out, or something from your past is coming up, or if it's just somebody just trying to take advantage of you again. So just watch out for that. But it's not always a bad thing, but you'll know for yourself. But this also could be like you're giving life to an idea as well. So something from the past that you might have wanted to do, you're now going to be like, okay, let me try that again. So you'll know for yourself. Now, for your positive quote for the week, we have be a rainbow in somebody else's cloud. So I feel like with this Four of Cups in reverse, if you can't be happy for yourself, like maybe if you can shift out of that by being happy for somebody else, and it could even be something silly like your kid or your dog or your pet fish. I have 2 fish as well, and they're like so funny, and I have these snails in there too, and it's crazy. I love watching them. The snails will dive bomb the fish, because like one of the goldfish, he harasses all the snails. He kind of is always up at everybody's business, seeing what everybody's doing in the tank. And then the snails, when he's swimming by, will like dive bomb this guy. There's drama in the tank, but it's hilarious. But to me, I just enjoy it. So they're kind of, I guess in a way, they are being a rainbow to me. So even though they don't realize it, their little antics and shenanigans is actually, like if I'm having a cloud, my fish and my snails drama is like my little rainbow, because I find it entertaining and I think it's a little funny. So, but you might take that in the reverse and be a rainbow to somebody else. So be positive and happy for somebody else, and it could translate to you. Anyway, now for your Bob Ross quote of the week, you have, I think each of us at some time in our life has wanted to paint a picture. And I feel like this is you painting the picture of what will be the rest of your life. I really get that. I really get that here. So I think going forward, you need to always have in your mind, what do you want to paint? How do you want the rest of your life to look? And keep that as like a little image or a concept that you, I don't want to say run everything by, all your decisions, but just keep that in your mind. What do you want? And kind of do little steps every day, if you can, to get to there. So, and then for your little affirmation card, you have, today I am grateful. Today my heart is filled with joy. I see the positive in everything today. And I feel like that's really trying to shift you out of this Four of Cups, is kind of like not being satisfied with anything card, and even this be a rainbow in somebody else's cloud. This is trying to say you got to shift out of this like kind of like funk. I feel like it's almost like a funk you're in, So that's fantastic. And the spirit of the dish that shall be with you in this week is the spirit, the sweet holy one. So it's the spirit of the glazed donut of your choice, of course. Okay. So, your dinner and a movie, you have a Mexican food and horror movies, which anything with horror is my kind of night. You have, for your energies, the 7 is looking at me on this one, the energies that you need to either be aware of or tap into is Gemini, and they're about communication and thoughts. And I always see them as a very duality type of sign. They're my devil's advocates of the the zodiac. Like, I feel like they could see both sides of a situation. So I think that's kind of the Wheel of Fortune here. I think this is saying that you need to kind of see the positives and the goods, the positives and the negatives of something, because I feel like when you do that, you can actually, you're with this this clever here, you're actually kind of being more clever, you're being more strategic. So, and I think that's going to make you potentially like have this Three of Pentacles. When you know what you want and you're kind of figuring it out, this is going to make this collaboration go even better. So, and then you also have Capricorn here, and they are my workers. This is all about kind of work, being very structured as far as responsibilities go. And it can indicate like life lessons and restrictions as well. You have the South Node, which represents things that you need to release. And then you have Mars. And this is all about kind of like that energy, that fiery passion, that kind of conquer all, like I can do it, I will win. So that's that. And then you have the 7th house, which represents partnerships, marriages, friendships, and legal proceedings. And you have the 8th house, which represents change, transformation, and like debts and everything like that. You have this number 6. So that means that, because I odds are going to be the Magic 8 Ball, evens are going to be Mr. Predicto. So Mr. Predicto will be our special guest here today in a few minutes. So think of your questions, Aries, and we will ask him shortly. Okay. You have B, P, 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 W, M, E, and 5. And you have inspire. And I think this is saying that you need to inspire yourself, inspire others, kind of just keep going towards the things that inspire you and don't stop, and just be inspired. Like your journey is your inspiration. And for your little charmy today, we have, what do we have for you? Okay, this one jumped out. So this is the pineapple. Okay, so I think this is saying just like, to me, the pineapple, he's kind of like a little bit fun, but he's a little prickly too. So I think you have to be kind of sweet and fun, but don't, if you need to be a little bit prickly or a little bit rigid, sometimes that's necessary. So this might be saying that you have to take that energy of like, okay, I'm sweet, I'm fun, I'm ready to party, and I'm like, love it. I'm good with all drinks. You know, you're mix me in anything, it's going to be good. But like you're adaptable. But sometimes when you have to kind of be that not really pushed around and kind of that like rough exterior, you might have to invoke the spirit of the exterior of the pineapple and be a little bit like that, like prickly-ish, or that kind of not soft, not fluffy. So that's what I'm getting on the pineapple for you here today. Okay. Now it is time. And we said today Mr. Predicto was our special guest. Let me bring him over. Okay, Aries, think of your question and let us ask. Oh, Mr. Predicto, the most accurate prediction device that's ever run off of batteries. What is the answer to Aries' question?
Yes, I am sure.
He has said, yes, he is sure. Mr. Predicto is a man of many words, and those were the words he chose to speak here today. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.